Secrets have power, and that power diminishes when they are shared, so they are best kept and kept well. Sharing secrets, real secrets, important ones, with even one other person will change them. Writing them down is worse, because who can tell how many eyes might see them inscribed on paper, no matter how careful you might be with it. So it's really best to keep your secrets when you have them for their own good as well as yours. Erin Morgenstern.
You're listening to Writing Roots, brought to you by Aspen House Publishing.
Welcome to Writing Roots. I'm Leigh Hull.
And I'm Leigh Esses.
Continuing our February series, creating writing prompts to get you through Act 2. The writing prompt that we have for this episode is a secret revealed.
Last episode, we talked about the value of placing footholds in your story so you can go back and use them later on, especially in your Act 2. One of those footholds you can place is your characters having secrets from each other, and not just the good guy from the bad guy and the bad guy from the good guy, but across the board.
Allies from each other. Secrets are really useful to create that tension, to create a little animosity between people who would be friends, so that the outcome is not quite so sure as you would think it would be.
This is a best utilized tool when your reader knows the secret and knows that somebody in the scene does not know the secret. That doesn't mean spell it out right away, but the reader can be there when the person gets the tracking device planted on them.
Little teases, little pieces that your readers can put together to discover the secret themselves, I think is the best way to do this.
Of course, there is a whole genre of stories based around secret identities, and the viewers/readers know off the bat that Batman and Bruce Wayne are technically the same character. That doesn't at all lessen the tensions when the Joker threatens to reveal who Bruce Wayne really is.
Or when Clark keeps having to really struggle to keep his identity as Superman away from Lois Lane. Another useful way to use a secret is probably my favorite, and that's blackmail.
Blackmail is extra fun because you can have it bite both sides quite a bit. If I have blackmail over you, I have to keep tabs on you until the blackmail expires.
One of the most common secrets has to do with relationships. We're not talking about that today, though. We're going to save the relationship talks, the secrets about crushes, for our post-Valentine's Day episode that comes out on the 15th, when we talk about adding romance or a little bit of drunkenness.
Today's episode is more about secrets about the main character.
Or secrets kept from them.
Which, in the case of the unknown lineage trope, are hand in hand.
Speaking of unknown lineage tropes, Star Wars.
In the case of the character Rey, we meet her and she's force sensitive and she's a good person with an unknown lineage, and her parents disappeared and left her to be raised on a desert planet.
It was revealed in the final bits of that episode that Rey is in fact a descendant of Emperor Palpatine. So while the effectiveness of this particular secret is debatable, that trope is a good one to use. If you have especially some kind of prophecy system or a chosen one, the unknown lineage of the chosen one is a good way to keep the reader invested in them, and a good thing for that character to be seeking an answer to.
Of course, the prompt here is that the secret is revealed. So in some capacity, Commissioner Gordon has found out about Batman's true identity. These secrets can come out in a way that changes the scenario for the person the secret was about in any regard, good guy or bad guy.
It changes the direction of the second act. You can have two best friends, a secret comes out, and suddenly there's a rift. that you have to somehow resolve during the second act in the beginning of the third act to have them finally work together again and defeat the bad guy.
You're violating trust between protagonists. This is a great way to heighten that tension and to get your readers leaning forward as they're reading your book.
I feel like James Bond does this a lot, where you have this enticing, intriguing female figure that he falls for, and then it's revealed that she's actually working, maybe under duress, for the bad guy.
Yeah, that femme fatale is classic Bond. Sometimes that secret can come in the form of that lie the main character tells themselves.
And it gives you, as the author, an opportunity to build up that weakness of theirs, to make it into a strength on the page. So it's not just they believe they have this weakness, but really it doesn't exist.
This generally will come at the end of your Act 2, right before your major failure, where they prove themselves right in some regard.
Their darkest moment. And then, of course, secrets can hurt.
Especially if you're talking anything romantic. This secret being revealed of "I don't actually love you" can be very harmful and drive your good guys apart.
Or it can be they find out something that the other person has been hiding, or some deep, dark secret from their past, some horrible thing that they did.
Generally, these secrets are released by a good guy in order to hurt another good guy. It's hey, I know the truth about this scenario, therefore I'm going to make your life miserable because I am trying to hurt you. There's an intention behind it instead of the bad guy going, "You're going to do what I want or else." Your characters and the way they're designed should have united goals if they're all on the same side, but separate motivations for those goals.
Another way that a secret can be used is revealing a secret to the main character. This goes a little bit hand in hand with the revealing that femme fatale is actually working with the bad guy. And when that moment happens, it's going to become very clear whose side that character is actually on. The lines are drawn. We know finally where people stand.
That will happen at the end of Act 2 more than the beginning of Act 2. If it happens at the beginning of Act 2, then it's going to be a more minor character. We'll talk about that more next episode. But revealing the secret is a great way to start catalyzing drama and give you something to move forward on in your work in progress. Because that will have to come out eventually, hopefully, because it's dramatic.
Speaking of drama, the other thing that adds a lot of drama is confessing love. When you have a character who holds a flame for your main character, they can finally reveal that and get crushed. You can also have it be accepted and then use that to set up for that character to die because, well...
Can't have a happy ending in the middle of your book.
Of course not.
This is one of those common things that if your character has a secret, generally it gets revealed in Act 2 somewhere. So that's why this is an Act 2 writing prompt. If it comes out, then the characters have to deal with it in some way before they can get back on track. All of that is part of their journey to the final endgame and Act 3. But currently, Act 2 is where a lot of these secrets get revealed. It's the middle of the season that Green Arrow has to deal with someone thinking that he's the Green Arrow.
And it's the interpersonal secrets that really do a lot in Act 2, because Act 2 is meant for character building, for relationship building. That's the part where we learn to care about the characters. And the secrets can play a huge part in that, making us actually care about their history, about their desires, their wants, because those little pieces are being revealed to us along the way.
If you have a kick butt take names character, the secret is often their weakness. It's a family member they're keeping hidden from the rest of the world. It's a tragedy in their background that they don't want anyone to know about. If I tell you my weakness, I have put voice to it, therefore 1, it becomes real, and 2, the bad guy might learn it. If I keep it just to myself, the bad guy will never learn it.
Just like the quote that we had at the beginning, secrets have power. And if you don't want anybody to learn it, don't tell anybody.
In the project I'm editing right now, I had a character reveal that she knows the language that everyone else is speaking in. When she reveals that she knows the language also, it changes the dynamic of everything that happens afterward, and if you read it a second time, everything that happens before. These are just some examples of things that you can do to get those juices flowing and get things moving forward. If you decide now that this other character was evil all along, great. You'll know that when you edit right now, just keep writing as if that was your intention all along. The first draft is just you telling yourself the story.
A lot of the times, if a secret is revealed, that spurs the character into action. Whether it's trying to stop the secret from going any further, whether it is a direct response to learning something new, or whether it's driving the characters apart because suddenly that person isn't who your character thought they were.
In the end, secrets are a lot of fun. You are the god of your own little world, and you get to show where the power is, and like our opener said, powers come with secrets. So if you haven't thrown in a secret yet, and you want to change the dynamic of everything that's going on, try having a secret in there. It is so much fun to do. And for me, especially, I know that comes best when I
write selfishly.
If you have a question or comment for our hosts or a topic you'd like us to cover, send us an email at writingroots@aspenhousepublishing.com or find us on Facebook by searching for Aspen House Publishing.